Voice clarity.
Ah,
Okay. Next experiment I am going to do is second experiment is reciprocity theorem. Okay. Before going to the reciprocity theorem, one by one we can see the applications or use of these devices. First, see already in the previous video I told that while explaining the field intensity measurement of the parabolic dish, for Klystron tube, it requires some voltage and power. For that, we are going to use Klystron power supply. Here, adjustments are first we have to switch on the power. Next, HT switch should be on. Beam voltage should be minimum. Rippler voltage should be maximum. Next, meter selection should be current. Next, modulation should be AM. And these are the two blocks we are going to use for varying the amplitude of the signal. Okay. Next, after adjusting these things, and once again I am repeating, the current won't be exceed 20 milliamps, because if you exceed that to 20 milliamps, what will happen? Our Klystron tube will be going to damage. Okay, for that purpose, it is very important we have to keep less than 20 milliamps. After adjusting these things in the Klystron power supply,
ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ಸರಿ ಹೇಳಿ ಸರ್.
ಅಲ್ಲ, and next, what will happen? Next is the Klystron tube. In a Klystron tube, it is going to generate the micro signals. Whenever it is going to generate the micro signals, the output of these micro signals we are passing into the isolator. It will allow the signals in only one direction. After the output of this isolator, we are giving to the variable attenuator. What is the main function of this variable attenuator? Means it is going to attenuate how much if you want to attenuate the signal with the help of the piston inside is there. If you rotate these things, you can adjust the attenuation of the particular signal, whatever the signal is flowing in a variable attenuator. Okay. Next is this is the transmitting antenna. This antenna we are calling as a parabolic dish. Next, this one we are calling as a receiving antenna. For receiving antenna, we are connected a detector. This is pin detector. From pin detector to we are given to the CRO. This one we are calling as a rotating table. Okay. With the help of this rotating table, we can the receiving antenna should be we can rotate in both clockwise as well as the anti-clockwise direction. It is same as the field intensity measurement of the parabolic dish. Okay. How to do this particular reciprocity theorem? Okay, it is very simple. First, you have to assume that this is the transmitting antenna, this one is receiving antenna. Same procedure what you followed for the field intensity measurement of the parabolic dish. Same procedure we have to follow. What we have followed, we have to first both should be keep in line of sight, and we have to that is 0 degree. We have to take down the voltage. After take down in that particular voltage, we have to same voltage we have to give to the VSWR meter. How to measure this? Some of the things we have to keep in mind while measuring the VSWR meter. One is meter selector should be normal. This gain should be maximum, and here input selector should be 200 ohm XTAL. Okay, these are the some of the things we have to keep in mind while measuring the VSWR reading. After take downing the voltage, so immediately we have to connect it to the VSWR meter and measure the power. How to measure the power means, here two red lines are there, two red scales are there. Bottom one, above that 0 to 10 dB scale. Here 0 to 10 dB scale we are going to use for measuring the power of the signal. See, for example, the cursor is in 30 plus here 6, 30 plus 6, 36. That is, put negative sign in front of that, because we are measuring the gain. That's why you have to put negative sign in front of that. Now in reading is minus 36 dB. Like that, you have to rotate the antenna is in both clockwise direction as well as the anti-clockwise direction. What we have done for field intensity measurement of the horn and parabolic dish. Same thing you have to take down the readings, and both clockwise as well as the anti-clockwise you have to take down the readings, and you have to plot a graph. Okay, you will get a main lobe. You will get one main lobe after drawing in a graph. Okay, with the help of that we can find the half-hour beam width. With the help of that we can find the directivity of the signal. Next, same thing, we have to interchange the antennas. Now you assume that this is we are interchange the antenna. This antenna we have to connect here. This antenna we have to connect here. Okay, interchange the antennas, and at that time it will act like a transmitting antenna. This will be act like a receiving antenna. And same procedure. We have to rotate the antenna is in clockwise direction, anti-clockwise direction. Note down the voltage and power, and plot this one graph. You will get a main lobe. Afterwards, with the help of main lobe, we can find the half hour beam width. With the help of half hour beam width, we can find the directivity. Whatever, assume that here this is transmitting antenna, this is receiving antenna, you will get one directivity. If you interchange this will act like a transmitting antenna, this will act like a receiving antenna, means you will get another directivity. Both values should be same. That is reciprocity theorem. If you interchange the transmitting and the receiving antennas, the result should be same. That the directivity should be same. That we have to prove. Then we can say that our reciprocity theorem is proved. This is with respect to the reciprocity theorem. Thank you.